Thank your sponsors. If it starts hollering, move it or hit it.
Rub it on your...
Yeah, well,
you're pretty good at hitting it.
I hit it hard. Ask her. Go ahead. Let me get it.
No comment.
What's going on, everybody? Paul Wolff here. We're back here at the Wolff Racing Shop. Just finished up a weekend out at Mid-America Outdoors. I would call it an off-road park, but it's pretty much a resort. So awesome place. If you ever get the chance to go, it's probably one of the nicest, cleanest parks I've ever been to. Most accommodating, especially for racing. Moving right on into the weekend, obviously you can see we brought home some big hardware. We were able to take home the Cup this year, UTV Cup, and then we took home the Central region, the Southern region, and the Northern region. We won all three regions, which was a pretty huge statement, I feel like. And then off to the left side there, we were able to take home the Bounty Series Championship. So pretty awesome weekend. We're gonna roll this right into a season recap and a race recap, just so you all know. That's why we got all the trophies out. Moving right on into it, we come out on Friday. We had to run 2 Cup races, and then we had to run 2 Bounty races. And so we knew we had multiple races to run this weekend, and I only have 1 car, so this is my car I drive. I got Christy's. I wasn't going to sabotage her car to fix mine. She was running for points in hers too. She finished 5th place in the Cup points, which is an awesome statement to make. You know, she come out and was consistent all year, made good solid passes, and pulled off a 5th place. So super stoked that we could take 1st and 5th home. That's pretty cool if you ask me. So I didn't want to take anything off her car to fix my car or anything like that, or run her car in the Bounty. I know a lot of people suggested I do that, and I just didn't want to do it because I didn't want to hinder her. She worked really hard all season. She showed up to every race and put in all the work to do it, so I didn't want to take a chance in hurting her car. So I chose to run my car for every single race, and it did phenomenal. We come out, like I said, Friday, we ran both Cup. We come out, we were first to go. Literally made the first pass on the first hill. And we come out and we laid down pretty much the fastest time of the day. Coming into our second pass, I felt like we did a really good first run. I really didn't feel like I was out of control or pushing too hard or anything of the sort. So I just wanted to be consistent. We did a really nice run, got into the back corner, and blew the berm out a little bit in the back, and it cost us, I think, a second or 2. So our second time was a little bit slower than our first, but still a good solid run. And we finished up the Cup there, and we moved right into the Bounty immediately after we finished the Cup racing. And we come out on the first Bounty hill, and I knew I was leading in points in the Bounty too, so I just needed to make consistent runs. We made a real good run in the first Bounty hill. I don't know where we ended up as far as time-wise. I couldn't tell you if I was first or last. I really don't know. I know I climbed the hill, made a good run, and I was pretty happy with that. And so we come around to the second Bounty hill, and it was a nasty Bounty hill. I still believe that a UTV could have climbed it. I think it would have took a little bit of luck and a whole lot of beating on the car to do it. We came out and we come up to the hill, and I bumped up on it once and was trying to decide how hard I wanted to hit it, or if I even wanted to hit it and risk hurting the car. And when I did it, it actually, the rock face, the way it was set up, it bellied out right underneath the transmission of the car, and I could feel it smack real hard, and I knew if I kept doing it, I was going to eventually bend the skid plate into the transmission or the drive shaft or something. So I just opted out of it. Nobody climbed it prior to me getting on it, and I knew leading the points, I didn't have to climb the hill, and so I just kind of opted out of it. I pulled off and took the chance that I kind of figured nobody was going to make it, and nobody did climb it, so I feel like I made the right move there. And then we come around to Saturday, the second day of racing, and we rolled right into it. Christy, on her 2 passes, just to fill in her Friday, she made 2 solid runs, did an awesome job. And then we come into Saturday, and they made the course a little harder. We had to hit some pretty big step-ups up through there. We come out in our first run, and again, we were just trying to be consistent. I knew if I could make a solid run on Saturday, the first day, I could win the cup. So that meant it kind of gave me a little bit to, relax a little bit, I'd say, for the second run. So I come out, made a clean run on the first one. Don't know what my time was. I know it was up there. I don't know where it actually stacked up at. Christy come out, and like I said, we had the big, huge step-ups to hit. And she come out, and when she hit it, a little bit was my fault. I should have guided her into the corner a little differently than what I did. So it was kind of my fault. I should have had her hit it more to the right than what I did. And she hit it, and when she hit it, the left front of the car kind of jerked around and gave her a little spin up there. And she just couldn't quite get it recovered, and she ended up having a little tumble. But everything fared good. The car was unhurt. We rolled it back over, and she come back out in her second run, which I'll get to that in a second. So we came out in my second run. I had a run before her. So I came out in my second run, and I knew that I had the cup won at this time. So the second run was just kind of let it hang out and have some fun. And so we just kind of let it hang out and opened the car up a little bit and really showed that evolution power and what the Can-Am could do. And we ended up laying down the fastest time for the day on the second hill in all the UTVs. I think West Keene was the closest one to us, but we had a pretty good comfort zone there. And then moving right on into Christy's run, her second pass, she come out, and we talked about where to hit that ledge, how to hit it a little bit different, and she hit it the second time, cruised right out the top. It was like it wasn't even there. So huge shout out, really proud of her for getting back in the car after a rollover like that and not being afraid of the car. And not being scared to hit the same hill she literally just rolled off of. So I was super proud of her for doing that, and that kind of secured her 5th place in the championship, so that was pretty cool. And then we went on into Bounty on Saturday. We come out for Bounty Hill racing Saturday, and I already knew I won the cup and did a good job there, and I wanted to lock in the Bounty Hill. So on Bounty Hill number 3, we knew we had to make a good, just clean pass on it, and that's what we chose to do. We come out, and there was a really cool jump you could hit on the left side and jump up and land on the ledge and let the car dig out of the top, which I do believe that was probably a little faster run. I don't know what the times were, but there was a right side I felt like was a little more conservative and safer, and it kind of would secure the championship for me, so I chose to hit that right line and secure the championship and just go with that. And so that's what we did. We hit that right line, made it out the top, kind of locked in the championship, and then we come out on the last pass of Bounty, and I knew I could do whatever. I had some fun, and they had a really nasty hill picked out, and I was actually super impressed with the car. I'd never expected it to jump up the way it did and land up there. It felt like somebody just picked you up and set you on top of the hill. The car never smacked nothing hard. It never bottomed out. Nothing violent ever happened inside the car. It was a really smooth jump to the top of the hill, and we just drove it out the top, had the fastest run in the UTVs. The top up there got a little tricky. It got really dusty. It was hard to actually see where you're going, so it got a little bit tricky and a little different, I guess, up top, but we were able to make it out through the timers and have a clean run. So super happy with everything, how it turned out. And like I said, that stuff locked in our cup and locked in our Bounty Series wins. And then just kind of a quick season recap. We come out and we ran Southern Rock all year. Our worst finish of the whole year was a 3rd place. And I was really, really proud of that. I kind of haven't ever said nothing about that because I didn't want to jinx it or do something to make it not happen. But I was able to podium every single race in Southern Rock this year, in the Bounty and in the UTV Cup. So I thought that was pretty awesome. We were able to podium in both Outlaw races we went to and both Renegades races we went to. And then, and same thing with Pro Rock. The 2 races we ran there, we were able to podium with them. So we got 1 Pro Rock race we might hit still at the end of the year. Kind of depends on what we end up doing. We're already looking forward to 2021 and doing some racing there, and we'll be updating what we have plans for. We got definitely some new plans in the works We're going to change some stuff up. We're definitely going to stick with all of our great sponsors that we have right now, with HCR Suspension and Gary at G-Force, Evolution Power. It's just hard to beat that massive power. MRT Tires, we've been super happy with them. Really found a groove with them, and I really fell in love with that tire. It's a really awesome tire, and I'm really happy with how everything worked out. And then Raceline Wheels, we've had amazing luck with Raceline Wheels. We put them on the car and been running them, and had really awesome luck with them. So super happy with them. And then Turner Axles, we actually sent the axles out and had them redone about towards the end of the season here, just to have them fresh axles in the car for going to finals. And a huge shout out to them. Really proud of how their axles and the product and the service they offer. They do a really great job. So really happy with that. Really happy with our gear grabber shifters. That's pretty cool. We have great luck out of it. It does a really good job. Hopefully I don't have to use it too much. It's always one of the things, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I'm really happy with Can-Am. They built an amazing car, amazing power plant transmission in these cars, and they drive really well. And then of course we always got our Halo locker. That has got to be probably one of the biggest statements and products we've ever ran, is the Halo locker. There's no possible way I could ever get the power I do out of the Can-Am and get it to the ground without that Halo and their big axle shafts and everything they put in them. Just a really awesome product. Really happy. We're really happy with CA Technologies. We run their radius rods and ball joints and stuff in the cars, and they have been phenomenal. We've had great luck out of them. So really thanks to Eric out there at CA. Does a great job. We're really happy with how the whole cars work and how they turned out. We feel like we built a really great chassis, and we're really happy to look forward to doing some new stuff for 2021. We got some big things in store, and I think we're going to change it up a little bit in 2021. I think it's going to be a little different look, and I'm excited about it. I think it'll be cool. So tune in, and we'll kind of give you little sneak previews as we go along.